Today I'm going to be showing you how to set up Hydrolock's STES traffic signals in ROBLOX Studio. As always, my name is Tekichu and welcome to today's video. Alrighty, what is up guys? My name is Tekichu and welcome to today's video. Today I am going to be showing you how to set up Hydrolock's STES traffic signals in ROBLOX. These are the same signals I use for numerodes, and these signals are quite complicated, so I'm going to be showing you how to set them up. So each part of this video is going to be time-stamped, so if you want to go to certain points in the video, that they will be time-stamped. So let's start. Alright, so firstly, you will want to get up. You want to get two models. You want to get this model. These are the actual traffic signals you'll want. You'll also want to get this one, which is the signal systems. Both the links to both of these models will be in the video's description. These are the actual physical signals. They contain PV signals, regular signals in, I believe, 8-inch and in regular size as well as 8-inch, and there are also two types of pedestrian signals to choose from as well. It also contains a set of masts. They also contain mounting braces as well as different visors to swap. This model, on the other hand, is where all the signals go into. Now, let's move into the setup. Right, so when you are setting up your signals, you first want to open this up. This here is the manual. So introduction. In this README, it will guide you through setting up signals. Setting up a signal system requires a lot of work and thinking to set up. This is by no means simple, as the name implies. This is advanced. Please read this manual thoroughly to learn how this system works, and you should have signals that work almost exactly as you desire. So, first thing, look inside the systems model included with this. Place and ungroup the models named and in their respective services. So everything in the service storage model will go into the service storage. Right, so you have service storage, signal systems, detector script, and signal control. So cut, paste into, and then ungroup. This will stay in here. Oh. Yep, that's going into the right place. Service group service. Signal script placer. So simple enough. Each of the models in here corresponds with a particular service in here, except for the signal system. This one you'll want to keep. with starter player scripts, to find the starter player scripts, you want to go into the starter player and then the starter player scripts. Easy enough. Then this here is the sequencer script. This script controls all the actually controls the signals. You will want to move it into here. This script can be modified at any time. This script is for a regular four-way intersection with a protected turn. This can be deleted, and then we can ungroup this. Signal system. This is the main one you'll... Now, unlike... Does it actually say this in the menu? Signals. Save sequence. Right, so it doesn't say this in the manual, but you want to add in 2 additional models into the signal system. One of them, the detectors, and the other one, structures. Detectors is where you will place things like sensors. This tutorial won't go into detail as to how to set them up. I'm only placing this model in here so that it doesn't say in that it can't find the detectors model in the output. That's the main reason why I'm putting it in here. And structures is where you store your masts. This will, I guess, allow you to have your masts grouped with the actual signal system instead of having them separate. Makes things simpler. Anyway, now we are going into how to place your signals. Alright, so now we are going to have a look at actually placing your signals. So, for the purposes of this, I'm going to make a slight modification. I'm going to move the So I just made a slight modification. I got rid of that gap there. So we are going to go ahead and take these 2. This one is a protected turn, indicated by prot turn, and this one here is a regular 3-section signal. So in here you will find all of your configurations. Each light in here has its own set of configurations. As you can see, the direction is set to 1S, meaning 1 straight. This has a maximum of 4 directions that you can choose from. Yeah, let's actually place these in. So I'm just going to quickly set up an example intersection just to show you how these work. Alright, so here is our, I guess, makeshift intersection. So for the tutorial's sake, actually, I might get, you know what, I'll get these ones. So we are going to put each of these masts in structures. So that now we're going to get our two signals here. Now we're going to mount these. There we go. Move these into the signals. Now, when we go ahead and test this, it would be safe to assume that these work as intended, as you can see. Now, if you want to go ahead and have these be in more than one direction, it's easy enough to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip these around. Do one for each direction. So now that we have each of the signals in their correct location, let's move on. Now you can go ahead and change the configuration for a protected turn if so the number is what you want the number here is the direction the signal is facing. The letter is the type of signal. So L for left is if this is a left hand and the signal, and then 3 for the direction 3. If you want to speed up this process for each signal, you can go ahead and select 3 at once and then change them all at once, pretty much. So I'm going to have to do this for each one. Alright, now if we go ahead and test this again, let's test this. we can see that directions 1 and 2 are currently at the protected turn. However, directions 3 and 4 are on the red. And let's just watch this play through. And as we can see, this is working pretty good. Working as it should. Right. So yeah, that is how you set up your signals. Now we're going to move into scripting them and adding in custom sequences, changing it up. Right, so I actually made an error where we aren't going to move into custom sequences. Right now we are going to move on to adding in pedestrian signals first. So the pedestrian signals use the same sort of principle as the regular signals do. So let's just position these right. So pedestrian signals, same kind of system. Still has the direction in there, and instead of being straight left or right, it's just P for a pedestrian, indicating that it is a pedestrian signal. So we're going to go ahead and set these up. Alright, so here we have our pedestrian signals grouped in. Now, when we go ahead and set these up correctly, same principle that you use for the regular signals. So this one is, I think, 4. Right, so I think that this is it. So if we test these, they should work as normal. There we go. As you can see, they're switched on. If we go through the sequence, now these pedestrian signals, their signal type is set to incandescent. So if you want to have incandescent signals, you want to set the type value to incandescent, and if you want to have LED signals like these, you can set the type value to LED. So they're functioning right. And yeah, I think we should be good. So now we are going to move into custom signals and scripting the custom sequences. Alright, so we are now moving on to the scripting side. But before we move into that, for the purposes of this example that we are going to be using, we are going to use the example of a flashing yellow arrow signal. I've created these in the past, and this isn't honestly all that hard to do. I originally thought it was pretty complicated, but I've learned better. So we are going to go ahead and actually build out the signal first. So you can add in additional sections to these signals. You are not limited to just the two types of signals that are in the pack. You can also create things like a flashing yellow arrow. Now I'm also going to go ahead and say flashing yellow arrow turn. You can rename the signals. They aren't limited to being called free section and prot turn. You can have them be called something different. So now I believe it's this one. This one has, I forgot to duplicate the arrow. Hold on a sec. Did I forget the arrow? Oh, the arrow's in here. Oh, I see. Right, so now in this arrow here, in the configuration, you want to add a Boolean value called flashing, and you want to set it to false. This value will come in handy later. Let me check that it's actually correct. This value is okay. This value is the same flashing value that you'll find inside the pedestrian signals. That's the value that allows them to actually flash when the light's about to go red. Same principle here. Flashing yellow arrow turn. Right, so now we have constructed our flashing yellow arrow signal. We are going to go ahead and we are going to mount it to here. So let's move this. This will replace the need for our prot turn and a signal in this one. Right, so now that we have that, we're actually going to mount it on the other side as well, just for simplicity. It's going to be a little more complicated having a different thing on one side. So we're going to grab these and put them into the signal system. Now, we are now going to want to open up. I might just close this, just so that we aren't getting confused. This here is the script that controls the signals. This controls literally everything that is in the signal. So, sleep is pretty much serves the same purpose as wait. So what it does is it forces you to wait. It is pretty much a gap. So set left arrow to green. This is what sets each signal. So the purposes of a flashing yellow arrow signal, we are going to want to do this. When it sets direction 1 and 2 to green, you're going to want to go ahead and do this. Set control side 1 repeat L false, and same for the side 1A. Side 1 is direction 1. Side 1A is direction 2. Side 2 is direction 3. And side 2A is direction 4. That might make things simpler. Now, this here will make the signals flash. So Y side 1 YL flashing. Same for side 1A. Ooh, that reminds me. I forgot to alter the other one. Which one's direction 1? Okay. Okay, I see. This one is direction 2. Right, so I never set these. I never set one on the other end to direction 2. So I'm just going to do that. It's 2L. So now flashing. And then so that makes the yellow arrow, specifically the one that has the flashing value in it, that is actually going to make it flash. So side 1 Y L stop flashing. Side 1 A Y L stop flashing. So that's going to make it stop flashing, and then we're also going to want to get set control side 1 Y L true, and we want to set that to true. So this here is what's going to happen when the signal turns yellow. We copy this, use the same thing. So side 1. So side 1 YL is equal to false. And side 1A YL is equal to false. Then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to do this. Side 1 L is equal to true. And then there we go. So now if we run this should work correctly. Ooh, not meant to do that. Yeah, it's definitely not meant to do that. Oh, I see. Excuse me for 1 second. Right, I've seen my mistake. When you are creating this, the light that you want to flash, so the one that has the flashing value in it. I don't think I even set it to the right one, but whatever. Type is set to S. You want to set it to F. That's how it knows it has to flash. Then same principle here. Now if we go ahead and we run this, this should work correctly, in theory. Okay, so one of them is flashing, the other one isn't. Hang on a sec while I figure out my problem. Alright, I see what I did. I forgot to set the last one to make it so that it's side 1A that also starts flashing. So now if we go ahead and run this, we should get a working flashing yellow arrow. In theory. Yeah, so that works. So that is how you script a flashing yellow arrow signal, and you can use that same sort of principle to script other kinds of sequences as well. So like maybe even a freeway sequence. You know, the possibilities here are endless, really. So that is going to conclude today's tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to see more tutorials like this, make sure to leave your suggestions in via comments, and yeah, have a great day, guys.